Whether you're buying or selling your home, get the benefit of expertise.
Hey, well, compliments to the show. You're really hitting on the subjects and you're telling the truth. I appreciate you.
Meet the team at dangemis.com. And now, filling in for Dan Gemis, your host, Joyce Blackmere.
Welcome back to the show. Thanks for joining us today. With you until 1 o'clock. I'm Joyce Blackmere, Director of Sales and Broker with the Dan Gemis team. In studio with me today is Heather Marentet, Sales Rep with the team. Hi, Heather.
Hello.
Heather, one quick mention of the open house that Aaron is hosting this afternoon.
Yes, so he's there from 12 to 2 p.m. today. He's at 6501 Abbott Avenue in Lakeshore. So go see Aaron there.
Awesome. And with us on the line now, we have Chris Gibb from Gibb Insurance. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Very good, Joyce. How are you?
Amazing. Always.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And you know what? I wanted to congratulate you and the entire Gemis team there on a fantastic Country at Heart celebration that we just had a few weeks ago.
Wasn't it amazing?
Oh my gosh, and another record, a record fundraiser for the Canadian Mental Health Association. So again, congratulations to you and Dan and the whole team.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Thanks so much. And thanks for coming out and being such a big part of it.
Oh, absolutely. That's, it's always fun to get your country on.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we have no shortage of support in Windsor and Essex County. I have to say it's something that we hold near and dear, that's for sure. So a shout out to all of our sponsors and community that came and contributed to the event and had a great time. It was pretty awesome.
Yes, it was a fabulous night, except of course when you dragged me up on the dance floor.
Hey, listen, you had a great time. Don't pretend like you didn't like it.
I got to show
Chris.
off some of my moves.
Hey, well, we love them. So what do you got for us today, Chris?
Well, I thought we would talk about something that we see every once in a while is people who purchase homes or they discover that they have Kitech plumbing in their home.
Yes. We see a lot of that here in this area.
Yep. I know a lot of you realtors are good at pointing it out and making sure that people are aware of what they have when they buy it. Now, Kitech plumbing was a type of plastic plumbing that was used in the mid to late 90s until the early 2000s. And a lot of experts say the problem with Kitech plumbing is it's not if it leaks, it's when it leaks. Mm-hmm. And it can cause a huge amount of damage in your home. And you need to be aware that you have it, and you need to be sure that you disclose it to your insurance company, or there could be a problem at claim time.
Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I know you guys on your team are really good when people buy houses with that Kitech plumbing, you disclose it to them. So kudos to you for doing that.
So, yeah, well, absolutely. And it is an important part to point out. Another reason why home inspections can be very, very important, are, but sometimes it's difficult to see the Kitech. It's not visible in all areas. And sometimes people we've seen it in houses before where it's been, they say it's been removed, but then there's some hidden runs, behind the wall or wherever that you might not have otherwise seen.
Sometimes it gets removed from the easy to see places, but not the harder to access areas.
Right.
And
so,
it's not. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, I interrupted you.
I was just going to say, and it's when you talk about a home inspection, there are so many important things. I mean, it's not just Kitech plumbing that can be an issue at insurance time. There's also, there's houses that have aluminum wiring that was used back in the 70s that can be a big issue for obtaining insurance.
Yes. We come across that quite often as well in Windsor and Essex County, as well as knob and tube still. That's very easy. Easy to find, especially in those older homes.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh yeah, when you've got those older homes with plaster walls, it's unbelievably expensive to replace that knob and tube wiring. And you just, again, it's not that you can't get insurance. It's just not every insurance company will insure those situations where you have Kitech plumbing or aluminum wiring or knob and tube wiring. So you have to be sure to disclose it to your insurance broker so that they can make sure they match you with a company that can handle that type of product.
Gotcha. So what's the best way to go about that, Chris? If somebody is calling you and, you know, they have determined that there's Kitech or aluminum or maybe both, I don't know.
Yes.
Probably not,
Probably
but but whatever. We'll just use that as an example. What's the best way to go through that process?
The best way to go through it is don't hide it. Disclose it right out at the open, because if it ever came down to a big claim and you weren't honest about having that product in your home, the insurance company could void your insurance contract from the beginning. So it's very important to disclose it to your insurance broker and let us work with you to find an insurance company that will give you the coverage you need. You know, maybe it could be that it costs a little bit extra, or maybe you have to have a higher deductible for water damage claims, but it's always better to make sure that you've disclosed it and you've got the proper insurance so that if you have a major claim, you don't have a major headache.
Right. Now, I'm wondering about things like what might be deemed uninsurable. Let's say somebody buys a house, and I'm not even sure of an example right now of why it may be uninsurable, but is there some sort of like a interim coverage that they could get so that they can do the work that needs to be done so that they have full coverage?
Well, you know, it's funny when you say the term uninsurable. Technically, in the insurance business, we should be able to come up with a premium for any type of situation. So it's I guess the first step is to have a good relationship with your insurance broker. You know, sometimes if you don't have that relationship to start with, then it's much easier for someone just to say, sorry, can't help you, you're going to have to move on. So when you have a good relationship, when you deal with someone who knows you and knows your family, they're much more likely to help you when you run into these situations. You know, having said that, you're able to find companies, and a lot of times if you buy a new home and you discover that it has aluminum wiring or knob and tube wiring, if you've already got a relationship with that insurance company, they'll usually give you, 30, 60, 90 days to rectify the situation. Or they will, they'll modify the policy so that they can make sure that they're charging the right premium for the risk.
Right. Okay. That's awesome. That's interesting information, and definitely important for first-time buyers as well as seasoned buyers, because a lot of the houses that are falling within the average price range are probably going to be some of those houses that have like the aluminum or might have knob and tube or may have a variation of other things to take into consideration. So we appreciate that information, Chris. And if people wanted to reach out to you, how could they do that?
Oh, well, if people want to talk to myself or the team at Gibb Insurance, it's a quick and easy phone call, 519-736-8228. You can speak with Danielle and Emily, and they answer the phones. Or even easier is feel free to shoot me an email. It's Chris at Gibb Insurance, Gibb Insurance.ca. A lot of times it's easier to start that insurance conversation with a quick email, and we can get you all settled and answer any questions that you have.
Awesome. Well, thanks as always. We appreciate you giving us all of your insights each time you come on. And I am looking forward to April 27th next year, Chris, because next year we're going to have a bigger dance floor. So when I pull you up, you can really, you have a year now to practice those moves.
Okay, you know what? I will practice. I'll make sure that I limber up and I'm ready for being dragged out there to show off my dance fever moves.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Chris. That's Chris Gibb from Gibb Insurance. When we come back, we're going to give away a $50 gift card to the Richmond Popcorn Company. So this is your last chance to enter to win. Text the keyword movie to 10800 with your first and last name for your chance to win. We're going to take a quick break, but there's still lots more to come on the Dan Gemis Real Estate Show.